That's just what I like. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, baby.
No matter what. Always on the grind, cause a little not enough. Got these bad bitches mad by the way she had it up. Just missing the price tag, cause that cash will back it up. All she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep all she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep grinding.
You prove that you would be more than nothing. Stay ahead of the game, you realize. Let your haters motivate you into becoming whatever it is you want in your life. Don't let the clothes or the cars define you. Just love yourself like you desire to. And when times get hard, girl, just keep the faith and have your way. Have your way. Have your way.
No matter what, always on the grind, cause a little not enough. Got these bad bitches mad by the way she had it up. Just missing the price tag, cause that cash will back it up. All she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep all she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep shining.
Not a flawless swagger, ain't a chick chatter. Doing all the things that I like. Being a freak, she a master. He don't tell the past. So good, I wanna make her my wife.
All she do is win, no matter what. Always on the grind, cause a little not enough. Got these bad bitches mad by the way she had it up. Just missing the price tag, cause that cash will back it up. All she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep all she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep winning.
You are listening to 419 Grind Podcast, Toledo's source for exclusive news in music, business, sports, and entertainment. Turn it
up. Your body calling, I'm answering on that first ring. Beverly Kruger, I'm killing shit in your wet dreams. Die face first in your trust chest, got my beard shining like bling bling. She goes hard like my cookies, told her double stuff, I need more cream. She like short things, I'm talking orgasms on orgasms, knees touching shoulders, arms strapped. Slide 2 fingers in, your tongue tickle clear. Walmart demise, roll back. She pulling my hair, I'm yanking out tracks. Put a tip in and whisper, who's that? Sex on fire, perfect match. Now I'm Harlem shaking, baby, take that.
Every single part of you feel like a blessing. But baby, I got a confession. When you're sexing me, you feel like I'm in heaven. So baby, I got a suggestion. Make me a sex fiend, baby, baby, sex fiend. Make me a sex fiend, baby, baby, sex fiend. I'm feeling for ya. Sexing ya, I'm telling you what you wanna hear, yeah. So baby, let me clear the air. I'm about to lick you up so I can take your whole soul now. And if I pick you up, I might take the bus to go downtown. I know it's slippery when wet, but I ain't even done yet. And if I happen to drown, I won't have no regret. Every single part of you feel like a blessing. But baby, I got a confession. When you're sexing me, it feel like I'm in heaven. So baby, I got a suggestion. Make me a sex fiend, baby, baby, sex fiend. Make me a sex fiend, baby, baby, sex fiend. I'm feeling for ya. I'm feeling for ya. Girl, you got me feeling.
419 Grind exclusive.
She got it bad and she wonders that if I'm gonna take it serious, it's like a heart attack. I gotta go, my heart's not attached. I let her go, but she keep running back, right back. She got it bad and she wonders that if I'm gonna take it serious, it's like a heart attack. I gotta go, my heart's not attached. I let her go, she keep running back, right back. Hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you go. Hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you go. I got trust issues, but I learned from my lessons. All my old exes thought that I was a menace, yeah. Took her serious, but then she cheated like a villain. She wanted bad, but I'm one in a million. But your love is stronger than a feeling, and it hurts just think about you leaving. I can't waste no more time. Gotta leave you in the past, now just move on, girl. 'Cause I know what you like. I'm made up in your life to be there all the time. The timing isn't right, but what is up, just focus. She got it bad and she wonders that if I'm gonna take it serious, just like a heart attack. I gotta go, my heart's not attached. I let her go, but she keep running back, right back. She got it bad and she wonders that if I'm gonna take it serious, it's like a heart attack. I gotta go, my heart. Say the way you hit the floor, get your ego going. You ain't worried about your past, only where you're going. But if you focus on the future, you gon' keep on growing. Oh, I can help you with your problems. I'm doing my thing, single with no baby mama. I'm living my life like look at my past, get to the back, yeah. She got it bad and she wonders that if I'm gonna take it serious, it's like a heart attack. Oh, yeah, it's not attached. I let her go, but she keep running back, right back. She got it bad, she wonders that if I'm gonna take it serious, it's like a heart attack. I gotta go, my heart's not attached. I let her go, she keep running back, right back. She want it back. Ain't got no time for that.
Eat that hot and now. Very convenient. The food was good and plus it was cheap. Creeping off the block to go swimming at Willie's every week. Dirt courts in just about every backyard, hooping on crates. Sneaking jars out the house, trying to catch lightning bugs and snakes. The good old days when penny candy really used to cost a penny. Ice cream truck had ice cream on it. You could buy for 10 pennies. Pimping your bike out with chrome caps, reflectors, and mirrors. The hood used to be a village back when the neighbors cared. It was less snitching, more females carried themselves like women. I wish I could go back and visit, cause I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the test every day.
I mean, it ain't got that same vibe it got no more in the streets, you know?
Used to go outside and play.
Yeah, okay. I feel where you going, CJ.
Females used to carry themselves as
Okay, man.
It's
your boy Bobcat, man, just reminiscing, check this.
Where hustlers used to chew their time without shit.
I'm just reminiscing about the old days. And nah, I don't go far back as the OJs. Lane, look, I'm talking late 80s, early 90s. On Auburn up at Peach Rose is where you could find me. I was screaming crossroads for the love of the dough. 16 double O until the world blow. When Indo and Joint Mob had a lock on the South, and Arden Coleman had you scared to come out of your house. Around the time when Magic Wand found out he was plera, and Ray Stone was so fly, yeah, that was the era. Philly and Philly and all was reppin' for Out Hill. That Scott and Libby gang could damn near get a nigga killed. When Northtown was bumpin', Southwick was slumpin'. Follow the light, lightning rod had every club jumpin'. I give her arm, a leg, 2 shoulders, and a tooth to see Toledo how it was in my youth. Man, I miss the old Toledo.
With children used to see the test every day. Toledo. When kids really used to go outside and play. Toledo. When females used to carry themselves as women. Toledo. Where hustlers used to chew their tongue without snitching.
Wake up, Toledo.
Wake your ass up.
You're listening to the 419 Grind Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Good morning.
Hey.
Good Thursday morning.
Buenos dias.
Hey. Buenos dias.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Sí,
Y'all
about to start that Spanish stuff again?
Sí, mami.
Yeah, sí.
Uno, dos.
¿Cómo estás?
Uno, dos.
Good morning.
3, 4, 5,
Muy bien.
7,
8,
8,
9.
Muy bien.
10,
Muy bien.
11, 12, 13, 14.
What up, though?
What's up, grinders?
Hey.
Welcome in. You are on the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show with Leah, Renee, Shae, Clyde, Green, and Jay. How you guys doing this morning?
Great.
Feels good to be back.
Awesome. It's Thursday.
Feels good to be
Missed
back.
you yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, you guys too.
I'm feeling gloomy.
It is already.
Friday
like, what in the
Junior.
world? It was just Monday.
But
like,
I'm feeling gloomy.
You're feeling gloomy? Why?
The sun isn't out.
Yeah, it's
Man, the
not
sun ain't been out in
yet.
2 years.
It was just out yesterday.
It was nice
It was a beautiful day yesterday.
The sun don't stop my. I mean, the sun not being out don't stop my shine.
Oh, you gangster
Talk
today,
stuff
huh?
in, but for me, I feel gloomy.
Thug life?
Right.
I just want y'all to be happy.
Oh,
I'm not
happy.
mad.
I'm happy. It's
Gloomy.
How you mad at bacon?
I'm not mad. She the one said she was gloomy. I'm saying I'm happy. And sun ain't gonna stop my shine. Stop my shine. Boy, I'll meet your mic. What'd you say, Leah? Go ahead.
Nothing. I'm just laughing at y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Anyway, shout out to our sponsors: Essential Vibes, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church, J. Rush Jennings, Lance Self, the People Salesman. And shout out to each and every one of you who are tuned in this morning. We appreciate you guys tuning in with us every Monday through Friday. It is Friday Junior.
I want to make it correct. You muted my mic for real?
I sure did.
What?
Say something else.
Something else?
All right, go ahead.
All right. No, I wanted to make a correction from yesterday. On our sponsor shirts, I said the little name on the side was his kid's name.
Just made that up.
You just made it. You just.
No, because he got a son named Clyde. I just saw the K and the A. Just,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
my OCD or dyslexia, whatever. But no, it's really. It's really for chaotic clothing. I inboxed the lady. I apologize. I said, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. But I said I'd give a shout out to her. So it's chaotic clothing.
Okay, shout out to Chaotic Clothing.
And we also made an appointment. She's going to come on the show. So we will look forward to seeing you soon, Miss Chaotic Clothing. Check her out on Facebook and get you some nice chaotic clothing.
Okay.
All right. Now back to Leah.
Yes, if you would like to become a sponsor of the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show, make sure you send your info to Rise and Grind at the419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of our show.
Oh.
So, like Shae said, the sun is not out. It's looking a little gloomy, but sun is on the way. Okay. So currently it's 30 degrees. By the afternoon, we'll get up to about 36. And so probably by the time we leave here, we'll see the sun poking out. So. And it'll be pretty sunny all day, but it is only going to be in the mid 30s. So it's not going to be too warm, but you know, at least we'll have the sun. But tomorrow and all weekend, it's going to be in the 40s and sunny all weekend. So it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Take advantage, get out there. You know, have some fun. Be safe. Be safe. Yeah, go get some exercise. Catch some rays.
I love
take advantage of the sun.
I might darken up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. I don't want to get too crispy.
Yeah, don't get too crispy.
What up, Brandon? I see you watching. He said, "What's up, Clyde? What up, Brandon? What up, Toledo? How y'all doing?
What's up, grinders? I see you
Hey,
guys
good
tuned in. Good
morning.
morning to all of you. Good morning,
Yes.
Arlinda, Scooter,
Hey, y'all.
Rachel,
Dominique, our girl.
Hey,
Zoe,
Cheryl,
Mama
Tana.
Riley.
Leah,
Grand
Renee.
Rising.
Oh, that's you.
That's me.
Tana Glover,
I'm
Yeah.
definitely tuned in.
Rachel.
Harold Leslie, Colette. Hey, Colette.
Hey.
Scooter,
How's-
Shout out to Davis.
Rashana.
Colette, how's working in Detroit at the Chrysler factory in Detroit?
She be fussing on Facebook.
She
Savi.
do because
She
they
be
be
fussing.
My sister got moved to that plant too. Her
They
and
be
they,
acting up.
They moved together, Erica.
They up there with the
Yeah.
thugs.
They moved up there together.
they be acting up in Detroit.
They ain't cutting up.
They be
They be
cutting
coming.
up.
They be coming to work in Coogis and Gators
Jabot jeans.
and buffs.
Oh my
It's a
gosh.
fashion show. That's why the car is messed up over there. Recalls.
That's why they got no fault insurance.
Yeah, in Detroit.
I hate merging in Detroit. I was telling Jesse, like, Detroit, you don't got no merge. Like, as soon as the dotted line's in, you better be.
Yeah, that is so like crazy.
It
They don't
is
slow
crazy.
down. They'll give you no credit. I hate
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah, it is.
They don't
Expressway.
even.
I hate the Expressway. I love Detroit.
Yesterday was my first time actually driving there too, and I was like nervous
Yeah.
the whole time.
That's your first time driving in Detroit?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I've always been a rider. I'm like, I ain't driving. That's on y'all. I ride.
Yeah, Detroit, them drivers are definitely
Yeah.
crazy. You definitely got to
Especially
get in where you fit in.
downtown. Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, you
But know where
definitely.
you're going. Don't
Yes.
stop and ask for directions either.
Don't stop at the gas station after dark.
You setting yourself up.
Make sure you get gas before sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God we was on a full tank. We didn't have to stop.
Yeah.
Who said my shirt dope? DeWine. But I had to rep for the Mudhens since they postponed the season due to COVID. I had to rep for my city. Mudhens.
Yes.
Good morning, Tony. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you good. Good morning, Tana, Dominique, and
Ian is from Florida. He sent me a video. I'm shooting the show today. I'm gonna play his video.
Okay.
It's airing Saturday. He sent the video. He
Yeah,
watching.
for
He
sure.
get exposure.
Right.
For sure.
That's
so
what we
Aaron,
want. That's what
matter of
we
fact,
want.
I'm gonna get with you later, Aaron, because I got an idea for it. So I'll talk to you later.
Good morning, Alicia.
Hey, Alicia.
shout out to my girl Sharice. Hey, boo.
Hey.
Thank you for tuning in.
Jesse, somebody said they need your shirt.
And that's Dominique.
Right
yeah,
now.
look, I said
Red.
that same thing. I said I need that shirt too.
What size?
Grind
Grind
mode.
Yeah, I like it.
What size?
I want one
Dominique?
in purple.
She want a small.
We ain't got purple shirts.
Oh. Well, I'm going to have to get
What
some
kind of
then.
shirts we
We
got?
got purple print.
Well, I'm going to have to get us some
Want a
then.
black shirt with purple print? I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
DeWine
that.
said the
I like
Mudhens is starting on May 4th. I
Yeah,
thought that-
they corrected it yesterday. On the news.
Blasphemy. You told me yesterday it was over.
Then they corrected it.
Oh, blasphemy. Shout out to the Mudhens. We coming to see you, baby.
Yeah, shout
Yeah,
out
send
to
us
them.
those tickets.
Hey, Sharice.
We need to get some media passes and be there.
Hey.
Hey.
The kids
Broadcasting
need to get
live.
it And take our
How
kids.
can I get that shirt in red?
Send him a DM.
Don't send me no deal.
We gonna get you one, Brandon.
Send your information to the page's inbox, because don't send it to my
That's
inbox.
what I meant.
Yeah, he said
Down in the
send him a DM. No,
Well,
don't send me a DM.
I meant the 419 grind.
Okay, I'm not
Inbox.
cool. Okay,
Inbox.
calm down.
Instagram is
Anyway, Leah.
What's
so, do we have trending topics today?
Yeah, we got some trending topics.
To the beat.
Let's do it.
It's Trending Topics in Toledo on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Yes, we got trending topics today, Thursday, March 4th, 2021. Well, I found a story about Lil Baby. He and 2 Chainz. They're going up against Quavo and Harlow.
Who was Harlow?
I'm gonna tell you in a second, because I had the same question.
Thank
so
you.
I went and did a little research
now
to
you
find
feel
She was
out
on Housewives or something like that.
who
Harlow.
Housewives.
Yeah, it's one of those Housewives shows.
She said
No,
we'll
I don't
find out in a
think
second.
so.
I know. I'm guessing.
No, he's actually
Oh, having a
I thought it was a
conversation.
guy.
no, he's actually a American
Don't
rapper. singer and songwriter. So he signed to Don Cannon and DJ Drama's Generation Now record label under Atlantic Records. So yeah, so he's an artist. He's a singer, rapper, and a songwriter. So he and Quavo are going up against Lil Baby and 2 Chainz in what you guys would like. It's gonna be like a 3-on-3 or like a 2-on-2 basketball game. So yeah, so they're going up against each other. It's a 2-on-2 pickup game between Lil Baby and 2 Chainz and Quavo and Jack Harlow. So
they're gonna win because their names rhyme. Quavo or Harlow.
Yeah, so you know the old thing about like how all the rappers want to be ballers, and then all the ballers want to be rappers, and so like I guess this is their chance to be ballers.
Quavo can hoop though. He be on the celebrity all-star teams. He be playing for real on All-Star Weekend for the basketball.
He looks like he can hoop.
He got a little guy.
All right then, that's my boy.
I better watch out for Quavo. He tied them dreads up.
See, Dominique said there is a lady named Harlow on Atlanta Housewives.
Marlo.
Okay. Marlo. Her name is Marlo.
That's Nene friend.
Okay, it rhymes.
She the only one that ain't got no.
I'm not the only one that say dumb stuff on the show.
She don't got no peace.
Yeah, she don't.
That's not the first time y'all heard anybody say anything dumb on the show. So, moving on.
Okay.
Okay.
So Harlow recently participated in the Crew League, and Lil Baby has, he's got some game too. So, he be playing his own little ball. And then, I guess, 2 Chainz has also in the past, like you said, played in the different games. So,
they should make it interesting and wear their necklaces and stuff too.
No. They chains, they gonna get in the way.
They be pulling chains and snatching people's chains off of their neck.
Then it's gonna be a fight if it's somebody's birthday.
So who y'all got y'all money on? Who y'all think gonna win?
Anybody?
I told you, Quavo.
Yeah, Quavo. He can ball like for real.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
So I'm with.
And his name sounds sweet when the
who they playing against?
Quavo.
It's 2 Chainz and Lil Baby against Quavo and Jack Harlow.
2 Chainz think he can play.
He tall,
Yeah, he think he can play, but I don't think he can actually play.
When is it? When is the game?
Yeah. He probably got a nice hook shot.
Leah, win the game.
Like Kareem hook shot?
Let me see.
What kind of shoes you think he'll wear?
I think he wear those old Magic Johnson Converses.
Or some ones with that long Nike swoosh, long shoes.
Those George Gervins.
Yeah.
It says we just gotta stay
tuned.
Keep it locked, stay tuned. Yeah, they haven't put out all that information. Yep, they just getting it hyped up. This is what's going on, making the announcement, and they say it's going down.
Maybe All-Star. Ain't All-Star Weekend coming up?
Yeah, that's this weekend in Atlanta.
It's not even All-Star Weekend, it's All-Star Sunday now.
Oh, because of COVID.
Yeah, they only doing one day. And LeBron said he might not play, so.
Oh, wow.
So if LeBron don't play, I think a lot of people are going to back up because he's like
the All-Star.
He's the guy.
Some other
he's the one they want to see, right?
His influence is huge, huh?
It ain't no other ones as big as him playing this weekend.
Yeah, it is. But whatever he says, most people like follow suit.
Oh,
he probably be there just sitting down.
Yeah, I think he'll be there. I don't think he wants to actually play.
Right.
And they say if he does play, it's probably like 5 minutes. So.
I want to go to one.
He probably address and just but just not play.
Yeah.
I want to go to one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it is. Is it because you think it's because of COVID? Or because he feels like the season is too short and they didn't have any rest throughout the season because they only got a 77 day break between the season.
What's
they
normally?
usually like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Why did they do it so short?
Because the season went over because of COVID. They stopped the season.
So they probably said y'all had a long enough break, so get the games out the way.
No, they didn't have enough. They didn't have a break. That's what they wanted to start the season because the owner said we still got to make money. Y'all getting paid, so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's tough. I want to go when COVID is over to get the full experience. The weekend, All-Star Weekend, not just Sunday.
All-Star Sunday.
Yeah. Well.
Leah, Renee?
Well, speaking of getting paid, well, somebody who's not getting paid, they saying that, excuse me, Deb Atney, Waka Flocka's mom, she's like a well-known manager in the industry and stuff like that, and she was Gucci Mane's former manager, and she's come out and said that basically Gucci Mane ran off on a plug.
Was that the French Montana?
Yeah, French Montana.
Yeah,
basically, he got a verse from French Montana for a song and was supposed to pay him $5,000, and basically he didn't get paid.
Put it on the song?
He paid Gucci $5,000 to get on a feature No, okay, I'm sorry. So I said that wrong. He paid Gucci $5,000 to get on a feature, and then Gucci never delivered the song.
What he told him,
I mean, but he took it. Like that was the price he gave him. That was the price he gave him, and he took the money. Like, what do you mean? Like
he took
Gucci
it.
only charged him $5,000 for a verse.
Yeah, and he ain't do it.
Ain't Lil Baby? What you said?
No, French Montana.
Hold on, no. Oh, French Montana paid Gucci $5,000.
Yeah, for a feature, and Gucci didn't do it, but he took his money.
Well, he got punked.
Yeah, basically.
But that's crazy. but we had to hit though.
Who you said get $300,000 for a verse?
Lil Baby. But if you remember the story, it was specifically that he went from $5,000 to $300,000. So he was getting paid $5,000, and then he realized,
this wasn't recent, was it? This probably was back when.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, so back in the day. So it probably.
So $5,000.
Yeah, and but
I think Gucci's that's like. Because he's not really like mainstream for real.
But the way the story is,
like Drake charged $1 million.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But the way it's being said is in the story is like it's almost like you said he got punked because basically he gave him the $5,000 for the verse, and then basically they said that. I mean, Deb basically said he was just like looking at the money, like, and then he just like got up and walked out with it, as if like, this what you think I'm worth? Okay,
Gucci dark skin and French Montana light skin.
But he also, and then didn't he do time for like I think like you know, it has something to do with like attempted murder or something, didn't it? So I'd be scared too. Hey, you go ahead with that, bro. Take that. You keep that.
Like, dang, can you just put on my voicemail or something? Can I get 2 bars? Something? You just gonna take my money like that? Like,
French, like, I don't want no smoke. You go ahead and have that.
I ain't messing with them down south cats.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so I don't know. You know,
a vicious game. Man.
It is. It's a vicious game. Vicious game.
Sharks out here, boy.
You got something?
Yes, I'm so excited. Every time I see my girl in the headlines, I get so sad.
Who was that?
But to see her back out in action, our girl Lauren London, shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to Lauren London.
She will be starring in a film with Michael B. Jordan. They will be playing as a couple.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yes, it's gonna be called Without Remorse. So Lauren London has returned to the big screen, and it looks like we are all here for it. Her and Michael B. Jordan will be playing in a couple in a Amazon Prime newest movie called Like Remorse. They haven't dropped the date yet, but they did drop the trailer, and it looks really good. So I'm excited about that, to see her back out there doing what she loves to do.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
that just sounds like a good, like matchup. I can already sense that chemistry is gonna be, crazy.
The trailer.
How long has it been since Nipsey?
It'll be 2 years.
Almost 2 years. Yeah,
in April. And the only thing I've seen her doing is just keeping up his Puma in a marathon. So I
the
get
marathon continues.
Well,
like she said.
Yeah, she is. So yes, we got to keep her in prayers. And then we also got Janet Jackson. She is coming out with a 2-night documentary set for Lifetime and A&E Network to go coincide with her 40th anniversary debut album. The iconic Janet Jackson has a career that spans over several decades until now. So now she's given her opportunity for the documentary to be told. And it will be set for 2022. She officially will celebrate her 40th anniversary from her debut album, Janet Jackson, which originally was released in 1982 when she was just 16. She will be discussing her father's passing that just happened 3 years ago, and she'll also be discussing her reaction of how her brother's death of Michael Jackson, how that was a long process.
Was that the album Pleasure Principle?
I think so.
Pleasure Principle.
That was
Is that how it really go?
That's how it goes.
That's how I took it. Janet was going on.
Yeah, she was getting it. She was cutting up.
Hey, so I read a little interesting story last night reading the paper. It was 2 friends who met at work, and they became friends because they shared a similar instance of being adopted, looking for their other biological sister. Well, comes to find out, they were the sisters. They were who each other was looking for after they talked and got to know each other. It says
where was this?
New Haven, Connecticut. Sometimes long friends feel like siblings to each other, but in a 1 in a million case in Connecticut, two women who bonded over their adoption stories found out they were actually sisters.
Wow.
That's
kind of like that movie with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Or no, maybe it wasn't them. It was Lindsay Lohan. Where the little girls, they were twins and they went to the camp and they found out that they were twins.
Was that Parent Trap?
Yeah, Parent Trap. Yeah,
that was a remake.
That was a remake.
Flipped that like 3 times. Didn't
they remade that?
Yeah,
that was the remake.
That was the remake.
The first one I think had Patty Duke in it or something.
Yeah.
Yep. That was the remake.
Patty Duke. Remember that show?
Nick at Night. Yeah.
Patty Duke.
That's
They're
crazy,
cousins.
though.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
How they cousins and they twins?
I know, that was crazy.
That's some weird.
See how they try to confuse it?
Utah.
That was them 60s drugs, the LSD and all that shit.
Or Alabama.
We love you, Utah.
We cousins, but we twins. Something ain't right.
They talk alike, they walk alike, but they're not the same.
Well, I hate to switch gears, but I do have an update that I want to talk about before we're done with the trending topics. You know, we obviously been following the T.I. and the Tiny story.
Oh, okay.
And they're not letting up. They're not obviously they feel like there's some sort of, case here because a lawyer has went to not only Atlanta, Georgia. They filed in California too. So they filed now with 2 states on behalf of 11 people who are now coming forward willing to tell their story.
Is that going to turn federal?
They've reached out to federal and state prosecutors in Georgia and California in order to formally charge T.I. and Tiny with sexual assault charges after allegations from 11 people surfaced.
T.I. be catching cases.
And
that's crazy.
They're being accused of drugging and sexually assaulting people, illegal narcotics, kidnapping, terroristic threats, and false imprisonment. The accusers include an intern that worked for Grand Hustle, a stripper, and even a military veteran.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And that's because now T.I. got in trouble with the guns. He ain't even supposed to be around drugs. So that's another. They're going to be racking up charges on that.
They're going to try to probably make an example out of him.
For sure.
You know, listen.
Because the whole...
Expeditiously.
He hard-headed.
Expeditiously.
She said diciously.
They're going to expedite him expeditiously.
Right. Oh, man, but... Yeah, it's getting deep, and they are not letting up. So
good luck with that, T.I.
But that just shows that money does not give you the right to just do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Well, Steve Sado, which is the attorney who is representing T.I. and Tiny, basically says, quote, "We fully expect that if these claims are thoroughly and fairly investigated, no charges will be forthcoming. These allegations are nothing more than the continuation of a sordid shakedown campaign that began on social media and now attempts to manipulate the press and misuse the justice system." So they are,
trying to fight against
they're saying that they are innocent and that these charges are ridiculous, and they're fighting it.
Well, that was the response he was supposed to give.
Right, of course. But I'm just saying, obviously we have to sell their side too. So, got to tell both sides.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
but they say you're innocent till you're proven guilty.
Good luck with that.
That's not true. We all know that.
Right.
Man.
Not when you're African American.
Right.
Yeah, but that's all I got for the trending topics. Is that all you guys got?
That's
well, I just we want to send our prayers and condolences out to the Porter family here from the 419 grind. Sad situation. Just praying for the family. Hope everything goes well.
Yeah, that's tough.
And I got some videos I'll be playing Saturday morning of D.D. Porter, so y'all can check out Studio B. We're gonna pay respects to him. So he was up and coming artist. We was actually trying to get him on the show, and he had a career. We support his career, so we're gonna play his video.
Yeah, it's sad. Very sad.
Shout out to him. Rest in peace.
Very tragic. Rest in heaven. And prayers to the family. That's horrible. Yeah. Well, so you want to take a quick break? Yes, we'll take a quick break. Shout out to our sponsors: Essential Vibes, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church, J. Rush Jennings, Lance Self, the People Salesman. And if you would like to become a sponsor of the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show, send your info to Rise and Grind at the419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor. So keep it locked right here. We got much more coming up.
Myra like my shirt.
First experience going to a dealership, I had bad credit, and the salesman made me feel horrible. I don't ever want you to have that feeling nor that experience. I guess that's why for the past 9 years they call me the People Salesman. Good credit or bad credit, it does not matter to me. No matter your situation, if there's a way to get what you want done, I promise you, I will do everything I can to find it. So please be sure to stop and see me today at Your People Salesman.
What's going on, everybody? This is Lance Self is who I am.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And we are the Selfs, and here to present our show called Self-Explanatory.
Yes, it's our podcast presented by 419 Grind.
That name just has a ring to it. Self-Explanatory. I feel like we're about to just explain a bunch of shit. It's true. I feel that's what it's about to be.
Well, I think we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about marriage, of course.
Okay.
We've been married, 2 years now, right?
2 years, we've been together for 8.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. It's a long time.
Y'all going to ask what took so long.
What did take? You know what? We'll get there.
Self-explanatory.
We're going to talk about blended families.
Yeah.
Praying for your spouse. Gender roles. Living with family members.
Woo.
Cheating.
Uh-huh.
Raising kids. Mm-hmm. Family upbringing. Being there for your spouse. Finances. Being a wife and a husband. Trying to be together and be individuals at the same time, which is one of the things.
It took a while.
It's taken a while, but
it
it's the fun part. We're learning that.
That's what marriage is.
It's a process.
It's a life journey.
It's
not an overnight thing. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of days where I'm trying to be individual. I get on your nerves because of my individual ways. I can tell you one thing for damn sure though. Definitely get on my nerves. It'd be a lot. You definitely get on my nerves, but I love her.
I get on your nerves?
Yes, it's possible. You do a lot. What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong? Hey. I am Lance Self.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And this is the Self-Explanatory Podcast, presented by 419 Grind.
Listen on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard.
Ohio wanna rise. You don't want no problem with us guys. Ohio wanna rise. Yeah, look. Name a better duo. Ain't no niggas you know. I came from the heavens. Parked the car on Pluto. The Audemars Hublot. Pockets fat as sumo. Women on me, you know. They wanna do the you know. I'm not the number 2. I'm the numero uno. When me and Fi together, the conflict is crucial. The diamonds is future. My cousin is shooter. Other one a scammer. Another one a booster. I like them dark, full of melanin. I'm a fix, she my medicine. Her ass shake like it's gelatin. The plug card, he bout the melanin. Your man called, he bout to tell again. They got him preaching like the Reverend now. This local shit is irrelevant.
Amen. Amen. Hey, look, they see the favor and they wanna know the flavor. When I tell them that it's salty, they be looking at me crazy. If it ain't got no salt, then you really can't taste it. Gotta season with the season just to show them that you made it, huh? They gon' hate you when they see you doing cool, and they wanna see you fail even if you ain't in school. Tell them keep it pushing, no exception to the rule. When you argue with a fool, one fool turn into 2. Don't do it. No, don't do it. No, don't do it, man. Them boys is big and deaf with that language, they're influent. Stay loaded with that scripture just in case you gotta shoot it. I be riding with the word, that spiritual carpooling. Lost it how I got it, so I switched up how I get it. Hit it, lick and got licked, so I switched up my position. It's like a restaurant, how this boy here, he be tipping Jesus on the main line. Yeah, I got his extension. Yeah, I got his permission to flip it, mix it, and switch it to make sure they comprehend send it, receive it, don't get offended. Threes on me like Scottie Pippen. It's magic how they be tricking. The magic constant uplifter with power in every sentence. Yeah, I'm blessed, boy, a lot of bed. Flu games in the spirit mean I'm falling sick. Yeah, your weight a little off. That's that counterfeit. Every situation got a scripture we can counter with. Win some, lose some. I ain't even think about it. Got more win than I got losses now that I think about it. Walk it how you talk it if you really be about it. Cause them trials and tribulations, they gon' come and see about it. Love me now, don't love me later. Got them asking where it come from every time they see the favor. Hey, love me now, don't love me later. Got them asking where it come from every time they see the favor. Huh? Yeah, I'm blessed, boy, a lot of big. Too many blessings, need another hand to count them with. If you talking about the truth, we can politic. Do it for the love, don't do it to get no compliments. We the soul of the earth, get on your condiments. He already numbered my steps, don't need a bit. So I'm walking in my purpose, on purpose. I ain't perfect, but I'm working, cause I know the serpent lurking. Talking about me crazy, the cheek, I gotta turn it and spit his word up like a baby that need birthing. I'm trying to kill this flesh, closed casket, no service. All this fleshly living got me ashy, no jerkins. Yeah, I'm blessed, boy, a lot of big. Grace and mercy if you ask me what I'm working with. Gold streets for the pavement, that's a kingdom brick. This little light of mine shine cause I'm king of win some, lose some. I ain't even think about it. Got more win than I got losses now that I think about it. Walk it how you talk it if you really be about it. Cause them trials and tribulations, they gon' come and see about it. Love me now, don't love me later. Got them asking where it come from every time they see the favor. Hey, love me now, don't love me later. Got them asking where it come from every time they see the favor. Yeah, I'm blessed, boy, a lot of big. MZ Hammer with the faith, boy, I'm too legit. So much faith up in my house, you can bottle with. Be careful what you bite, don't choke, trying to swallow it.
The Rise and Grind Morning Show is on 419 The Grind.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show with Leah, Renee, Shae, K, Clyde, Green, and Jay. And we have our guest in the building for the day. It's our boy, Shawn Mahone.
Hey. What's going on?
What's going on? Is a doctor?
Not yet.
Not yet. You
Okay,
getting
not
there?
yet. You getting there. Okay,
right.
we're going to speak it into existence.
That's
But you are definitely a mentor to, many young people. And we salute you for that.
Yes.
You do a lot of work in the community, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But we thank you for stopping in. How are you feeling this morning?
Hey, I'm blessed by the best.
Yes, absolutely.
How the atmosphere here? You like?
Man, I love it in here, man. Y'all got it going on, man.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Right.
Yes. We appreciate you rising and grinding with us. It's always nice to have a guest in the building. So tell the listeners and the viewers who you are, who Shawn Mahone is, where you came from, where you grew up, what high school you went to,
and what's your zodiac sign.
Okay, now. All right, let's make it do it.
Man, look, now you know how I feel.
You got to deal with us every day.
I should have wore me a t-shirt. Right. Well, at any rate, I'm the founder and executive director of an awesome program here in the city of Toledo called the Young Men and Women for Change. And what we are a behavior modification boot camp program, helping youth, both male and female, from the ages of 5 to 17, youth that are just simply making unhealthy choices in life. And so I started this program from the bottom 15 years ago, and here we are. Got clients across the country right now.
Wow, amazing.
We have parents that come from all across the country to Toledo to get the type of help that they need.
Wow.
Do you get kids from Maury?
Man, I need some of those kids.
You look like we'll be on there.
I need some of that Murray paper. Yeah, no doubt. But I'm born and raised here in the city of Toledo. Grew up in the 700 block of Oakwood.
Shout out.
Man, and what's crazy is I went to Martin Luther King, went to Robinson Junior High, but then I went to Rogers High School. Living in the hood. So I was on that Iron Pimp every day. Man.
Stretch limo.
Yeah, but the great thing about that was going out to Rogers is when I graduated, I was senior class president, still living in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So my mom, she had me when she was 14 years old.
Wow.
And the game of basketball is what kept me out the streets because when I was coming up, crack cocaine was dropped in our hood. They called Oakwood Cokewood.
You better believe they did.
Man.
I wasn't going to say nothing, but since you said it, we know the real.
We're going to keep it 100. Right. So the game of basketball is what kept me out of the streets. You know, Smith Park Boys Club. Yeah. I was there every day trying to get it in. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going to Owens Community College and ended up getting my degree in criminal justice.
Awesome.
So
congratulations.
Yeah. So then I ended up getting an opportunity. I was a police officer at Mercy Hospital years ago.
Wow.
Then I had an opportunity to go to work corporate security where I traveled all over the country.
Wow.
And I ended up in Louisville, Kentucky. I went to the Derby, lost my mind.
Lost some money too, huh?
I did that too. But I decided that's where I wanted to stay. So I lived there for almost 10 years. And the crazy thing about it was I stepped out. I used to be a drill instructor for the Kentucky Department of Corrections for adults between the age of 18 to 35.
You like getting them together.
Man.
Right, whipping them in the shape.
But the crazy thing is I stepped out on faith and ended up getting into corporate America and became very, very successful. Was making 6 figures a year. Life was great.
Wow.
But this
because you can
voice,
turn it on and off. You're a nice brother.
Man, I can be.
Yeah, and you can be stern too, huh?
That's right. Right. Look, ask your sister.
I know. This dude was at the hospital with me when my mom passed. Man. That's why I had to bring him on the show. He's a real good dude. He loved the young people, and he's serious about it. He's serious about it.
So with that corporate sales background and the criminal justice background, I condensed those together. A voice told me to come back to Toledo and start this program, and I'm here to tell you, man, I never ever would have thought coming back to my community to do something so positive would turn out to be so negative. And we could talk about that a little later too.
Let's talk about it. No time is better than now.
Can we be 100 on this show?
Yes, that's what this show is all about.
That's what this is all about.
Yes, let's be 100.
Be transparent. Man, listen, check this out, man. I never ever would have thought coming back to this city to do something to help children will be so bad on me. I mean, for people, because I come from Louisville, man. In Louisville, it's nothing but love down there.
Yeah.
Mad love in the South, so
especially when you're trying to do something great, right?
So, you had a son. I'm going too far. Let me go talk about it.
So coming back to Toledo to start something, I'm the first African American male to have made history in the city of Toledo. There has never ever been a brother that started this program like this from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? With nothing. With nothing, you know what I'm saying? I made some investments when I was in corporate America, and I was able to start this program using my own money. But coming back to Toledo to see the hate, I mean, people, I literally had people on my team that try to take my dream and make it their reality. That's what I was dealing with. I'm dealing with people that's, not wanting me to eat. People that don't, that spread rumors about
Why
you.
y'all
People,
can just work together?
You know what? It's not like that in this city, bro. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
That's how you feel?
That's how I feel.
We gotta believe it's gonna happen, though, bro.
You know what?
We brothers. I can work with you.
Well, we working together now.
Exactly.
Because we got that energy in this room. But you got folks out there, man, that's like, hey, I don't want to see him successful.
He ain't lying.
I don't want to see him doing what he do. But I had an epiphany in 2021. This was my epiphany. Shawn, you do realize that at the end of the day, you fighting against people that's got a problem with you helping kids.
Right.
Say that again, Shawn.
Right.
People got a problem with you helping kids.
You know what it is, though, Shawn? It's not even that people have a problem with you helping kids or you doing what you're doing. What it is that you are a mirror and a reflection of what they are not doing and what they are not being and who they are not being, and it disturbs them. Your presence, your spirit disturbs people because they don't know or understand why they can't do what they were put here to do. A lot of people haven't figured out what their purpose is, and then even when they do figure out what their purpose is, they don't know how to step into it. So when they see people like us who have not only figured out our purpose, but we're stepping into it, it makes them mad.
At least trying to make it work.
And they say new levels bring new devils.
Man, it do. It
sure.
do. But check this out, though. I'm a single dad raising my 17-year-old son. He'll be 18 in November, but check this out. I've been raising him since he was 2. So
congratulations and shout out to you.
So every time I watch the movie Pursuit to Happiness, I cry like a baby. You know why? Yeah. Because I was that dude. I was Gardner. You know what I'm saying? I was him trying to raise my son. And I remember one time, this is real talk. I remember one time we do a program every month called Dose of Reality. Right. We've been doing that program we just celebrate our 10th year anniversary. But that Dose of Reality program we did, I remember my son standing next to me and my so-called team that was with me. They walked up to me and said, well, this is our last day working with you, and we just want to let you know that we're going to start our own program. And they said that right in front of my son. And I thought, what type of person are you to see that I'm a single dad trying to feed my son and then you come up to me and tell me you're going to take my program and make it yours. And I just thought at that time, that just gave me my spark to just really show this city who they really dealing with.
Motivation.
Because I've been in corporate America, so I've been around the millionaires. You know, when I was in Louisville, I was around the heavy hitters, you know, the Papa John's and the KFCs. And, you know, I've been around those type of people. So I'm like, let me just really show you what I'm really made of. So,
Now running this program, being on both sides of the ball, at one point being an officer and then, you know, being a mentor, how does that work out with you?
So I don't want to use the word so much mentor. What I want to talk about is behavior modification. Because behavior modification is something that the city, the state, the world is not even ready for yet. And what I mean by behavior modification is you got to be able to hold these children accountable and the parents accountable.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because that's why it's an issue, because now we have to, you know, it's not about the kids learned that from somewhere, you know. So now if I'm about to check my kid, now you got to check yourself first, and that's what we don't want to do.
Right. So we're talking about behavior modification. So this organization has kind of branched into an umbrella of different services where now, guess what? I write the checks. I not only accept the checks, I'm writing the checks, and that's a great feeling. That's a great feeling when you're able to sit in the room with people and tell them what they need, not what they want to hear, but what they need.
But now, in every situation, it ain't the parents' fault. Now
it ain't the parents' fault. You know,
some situations it be the parents' fault. But all situations, it just be some badass kids.
Well, I mean, when you want to go deep,
let's go deep.
You want to go deep?
We got time. Get deep. Let's get deep. We got time. Come on, we got some time today.
Get it off your chest. We got some time.
Anybody else coming in?
Look. It's not the child's fault and the parents' fault. It's the community fault. So we're talking about. So let's talk about the school system.
Get into it.
Let's talk about the school system. So what are you doing? You suspending a kid from school and sending them home on a vacation, rather than sending that child through a dose of reality to help them understand that if they don't turn their life around, 3 things is guaranteed to happen. That's prison yard, graveyard, or homelessness.
But think that the purpose of school to get us prepared for prison.
Well, that's what that's.
Yeah, because they start at 4 years old telling us that our little boys are emotionally disturbed because they're 4-year-olds acting like 4-year-olds, and they're in preschool acting like a
they say
preschooler.
That about little girls too, because they got my niece like that.
They want to take our kids and say, "Oh, your kid is emotionally disturbed,"
and then write them a prescription
and throw them off in a special class. You know, it starts there.
Get them accustomed to using drugs.
Yeah, that's why I said, and write them a prescription.
I need my pill. You feel me?
Right. So now we're talking about, now you're starting to talk about the ADHD and the ADD and ODD. This is how I hit parents with ADHD. I said, do your child play a video game? They go, yeah. So they play for hours? They go, yeah. I said, they don't have ADHD.
Right.
So people got to understand. You know,
right there.
I'm like, how do you diagnose ADHD? There's no test for that. You know what I'm saying? So believe it or not, ADHD came out back in the mid 70s. Okay, it was actually something designed to destroy African American boys. Okay, but because the pharmaceutical company is $1 billion a year industry, guess what?
Color
White
don't
kid,
matter.
color don't matter. Only color that mattered was green.
Yeah.
So parents use that as a clutch. Well, my child has ADHD. I don't want to hear no excuse. Your child needs the business.
Some accept it too, just to get that check, that blue envelope. You know what
Right. So here we are. So here I am as an aggressive African American male that's articulate and polished. People don't want to hear that.
No.
They don't want to hear that because it affects what they do. But you got to be able to stand for something, or you're gonna fall for anything.
Right, I totally believe
So why are we not standing in the gap for our youth? But this is the crazy thing: 98% of my clientele is white.
Wow.
98% of my clientele is white, and my heart desires young black boys and young black girls.
Wow.
So when I try to get black families to get into the program, there's always an excuse. Oh, I need to talk to my baby daddy, or I need to talk to my boyfriend, I need to talk to my husband. And then you mad and upset because you got to sit across the desk from Mike Day trying to figure out how you gonna bury your child. You trying to figure out how you gonna go and visit your child that's in the penitentiary at 17 years old and put money on their books. J-Pay. All of that. But nobody think about the now until it's later.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of what that is in a nutshell, for real. Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, That's a heavy topic, because like you said, at the end of the day, it's about parents it's not about, whether it's the parent's fault or not, but if you're not, it may not be your fault. Maybe your child is, kind of acting out in a way that you didn't raise them to be, but if you don't take the accountability to realize like something's wrong here, I got to do something. I got to get them in counseling. I need to put them in a program. I got to do something, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Then, you are held accountable, you know what I mean?
We got a lot of parents out here that coddle their child too. And I'm an example of that. So what I mean by that is that here I am raising my son, right? There's rules he has to follow.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't follow those rules, that means I'm going to knock you on Thursday. I'm going to catch you on next Friday. I'm going to split you down to the white meat. This is non-negotiable.
Mm-hmm. That was a new one for me too.
He got a whole formula. I like that.
There's no negotiating in my house.
Right.
But my son, he's a junior over at St. John's. Shout out to St. John's. He was on a retreat. When they was protesting, but he was honest with me. He said, "Dad, if I wasn't on retreat, I would have been out there with him." I said, "Man, a chip off the old block." I'm like, "Okay," but he's a junior. He's an honor roll student. He's a good kid, But at the end of the day, what I do for mine is what I do for everybody else's child. My child going to be successful. Your child is going to be successful. But you got to get past the negativity in this community. And once you get past that negativity and can show people, not talk about it, but be about it, is the better things are going to be.
I got a question, Shawn. I've dated someone, and I had a stepchild that went through your program.
Okay.
I know how intense it is because I stayed the whole session just so I can know the experience. Do you get a parent who says, "You know what, my child is leaving because I don't want him to go through that he's crying and like why are you treating him like this?" Right. Exactly. Right.
Bye.
Do you get that a lot though?
No, I don't get that a lot, but I do. I've had it happen a few times, and I just simply tell the parent, "Thank you for your donation."
Right. Exactly.
Thank you for your donation. Thanks for coming. But guess what? Those parents that have left actually have called me back and apologized and said, "Is there anything you can do to help me?" And so now I'm telling the parent, now you got to stay all night with your child because you're going to get the business.
Right.
So can we talk about this program? Like, what is the curriculum like? What's this rigorous thing that he's talking about?
So the program is called Dose of Reality. Okay. And the crazy thing about it is I started the Dose of Reality program October of 2010. And it's an overnight program where youth come to us on a Friday night at 8 p.m. We do ask the parents to stay for the first hour, and then the child is with us until 5 a.m. Saturday morning. We just completed our 128th Dose of Reality last Friday.
Wow. Congratulations.
Right. So we've done that, but it's a tough love program.
Yeah.
And it's no kumbaya.
Yeah.
They're up all night long. And what we're basically doing is breaking them down, building them up, breaking them down, building them up. So what we're doing is we're stripping them from all that negativity, begin to build them back up by putting positive reinforcements in their life to help them become productive leaders is what we do. So we've been doing that program, and it's been amazing because we've had over 1,000 plus youth and parents that have been through the program, and only 177 children have been back. So I mean, it's the real deal, and it's something that the courts really need to shuffle kids to. Because what it does is it allows the court now to have an education component to now talk to children and really tell them, like, look, do you want to go back to see Mr. Shawn and his team?
Right.
No, well, why not? Because now, okay, we've done everything we've done to help you. Now it's up to you to make the right choices and decisions. So if a crime does happen, now everybody can say we've done everything possible to help you get on the right track. So there it is at the end of the day. But that's what it is, the Dose of Reality program. And then we also now we are in the school system, where now we have an award-winning program. It's called PBIS. And we were able to go into a couple of the charter schools here in Toledo and reduce their out-of-school suspension by 80%, referrals by 72%.
That's amazing.
But the crazy thing about it is, let's go deep again, the same program that I'm talking about in the school system, I offered that to TPS. But what I was finding in the TPS system is that you have people that are buddies, you have people in the building that's supposed to provide services, and they're not providing services. So when Mr. Shawn walk in the building, guess what? Well, he shouldn't be in the building, he shouldn't be doing this. But at the end of the day, I'm coming to give you a service so the district can look good, right?
So it's like an alternative to suspension?
Yeah, alternative to suspension.
So instead of suspending them, they come to you?
Well, what I've done is I've developed rooms now.
Okay.
And I call them behavior reflection room.
Okay.
And when you come to that room, it's like prison.
Oh.
Okay, you just can't come and have a seat in our room. There's a penalty you have to write. You have to stand up and write that 500 times. I do what I need to do in order to do what I want to do. You get now, you have to put on an orange shirt that says DOR, right? Now you have to go walk to the bathroom with your hands behind your back. And there's just, the real deal.
Yeah.
And so the
that
kid
might be intense with some people.
Man,
They might be scared of that.
look.
It's so needed. I'm not arguing that.
But the schools that I'm in, they love it.
Right.
As a matter of fact, they love it so much that they gave me some other schools outside of Toledo.
That's amazing.
You know? So at the end of the day,
God is going to direct your path.
Oh, that he is.
Sure.
That he
So
is.
you're saying that they won't allow that at TPS?
I wouldn't say they wouldn't allow that, but when you're dealing with individuals that are trying to protect their pie, those who are trying to protect what they have, that threat comes that they know when Mr. Shawn walks in the building, they know change is coming.
Mm.
So what it does is it makes other organizations look bad because they're not doing what they're supposed to do.
Because they have a behavioral program that they're supposed to be implementing into that school, but it's not happening. So when he comes in, they feel threatened, like, oh, why is he here?
Right. Instead of looking at it as like a proactive situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we've done during this pandemic is, like I said, this organization has branched out. Now I am a behavioral health agency.
Okay.
So I have a huge office downtown Toledo.
When you say like comparable to like the Zeph Center or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So now I'm doing that, but now I've created day treatment programs. So day treatment programs now is where all these children that have failed, not online doing their work, now parents can send their child to our facility, and that's what they do. They come and do their work Monday through Friday, 9 to 2.
Oh, okay.
So that's what they do. They make up all that work. Right now, no one else in the city is doing that.
You have a list of their assignments that need to be corrected.
Yep. And I have a relationship with the school, the teachers, and the teachers volunteer their time to come in and help those children. But that's the schools that I'm dealing with. That's not open to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds amazing because there's parents like me and Shae who are single moms and you know going through. I mean, thank God that we have support or whatever, but you know. A lot of moms didn't know about that. We don't know about programs like that, you know, where we could take our kids or we could have took our kids, you know, and there were a lot of parents out of work or working. Parents, period, who were working and didn't have, you know, couldn't be there with their kids, you know, and so, that's an amazing program.
So I developed that. So that's been good, which has been creating jobs and opportunity for individuals. So now, you know, I'm looking for case managers. I'm looking for therapists. I'm looking for people. Because at the end of the day, I just came back home to bless some folks.
Yes.
When I came back to Toledo, I was coming back to show love. If I'm eating, we all eating at the end of the day. And then people looking at you sideways and don't realize the whole time you the plug.
Talking this stuff today.
How are you and your crew prepared for the reopening and the COVID? Like, are you prepared? Maybe like your rate might go up, but the kids might be a little worse.
It's getting ready to be off the chain now because Clyde is kept. We've linked up with an agency in Toledo, one of the largest agencies in Toledo. They came and took a look at our facility yesterday, and they said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "I'm ready." So we just gonna say that.
Is it a fear that since the kids been locked up, that it may be a breakout or outbreak of violence? Or
it's about to be off the hook. It's about to be off the hook. Y'all see what happened with the shooting the other day? It's about to be real out here. And they talking about controlling gun violence. Well, guess what? If you never held kids accountable 15 years ago, those kids 15 years ago are now young adults. And these are the kids, the young adults that are acting a donkey. So if you were slapping them on the wrist through the juvenile system for a number of years, and they never was held accountable, they Teflon Don out here in the street.
Untouchable, baby.
Untouchable.
I feel you.
It's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy. But I come, like I said, man, they always say a prophet's not wanted in his own country, man. And I get that, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm here to bless people, man. I'm making sure that our babies is right. Because I know when I was coming up, man, I'm thankful for the village. You know, there was some tough love on us back then. But I thank God for the village. But now we don't have the village mentality. And we got a me mentality. We got to get away from that. So whenever I link up with people, my whole thing now is, and I was talking to Dr. Victor Coleman about doing a platform called I Want to See You Win. And the platform is bringing people onto the platform that are their purpose. This is what they do. And they're going to give you some nuggets to help you be successful in life. And at the end of the day, it's no hating. We just want to see you win. We just want to see you win at the end of the day.
I love
what can we do? What can we do to help push you to the next level? So I tell people that work for me is like, look, because I'm the type of guy, I work side by side with my team, okay? So I'm the type of guy to say this, what can I do to see you be more successful? What can I do to help you get to the next level?
I'm in the trenches with you.
I'm in the trenches with with you? What can I do to help bless your family? You know, I want to help you be successful. At the end of the day, nothing changes if nothing changes. But when we change the way we look at things we look at begin to change.
You know what I think the difference is between now and then?
Maybe need some more bombs.
Now, a lot of people have pride, and pride is in the way. They don't want anybody to tell. I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. Don't tell my kids what to do. Don't tell my kids to shut up and sit down, even though they've been bad or tearing up the whole thing. Yeah, I don't want you to. Let me handle that. That's the selfish, prideful mentality that we have now.
Yeah.
Back then, if we at church and my grandmother see Harold acting up, she gonna go around, walk down off the pulpit and snatch him up and take him downstairs and take care of him.
In front of everybody.
And his mother would do the same thing to me.
Yes, she would.
But that's the difference between now and then.
And then his grandmama gonna get him again, and my mama gonna get me again.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore.
But you know what though? I brought a guest.
You brought a guest?
I brought a guest.
You brought a guest with you?
You brought a guest
brought somebody with you?
I did.
Exclusive.
It's a testimony.
Who'd you bring?
Look, I brought Mother in the house. You want to hear Mother?
Yes.
Good morning.
Oh,
Good morning. Good morning.
Come on,
Good morning, Mother.
Good morning.
Come on, Mama.
Hey, I want to tell y'all something. Now, Shawn, good guy. He been doing the program a long time. I'm tired of these folks in Toledo acting crazy about him doing the boot camp, because these kids, they need that boot camp. All right, that's all I want to say. I'm going back out to the car and smoke me a blunt.
A blunt?
Not a blunt.
Hold on, Mom.
Look, real talk, I'm silly. I'm silly, man. Look, I know this show is like that, man. I just always wanted to come on the show and act silly,
You know we love to have fun here.
Man, look, I'm looking around the corner.
Look. Hold on,
I gotta take a break. I'm with you, Granny.
Hold on, because I wouldn't let him in, right? So I'm like, I let him in, so I'm looking like, wait, did nobody come in behind?
You say what?
Did nobody come in behind us? You didn't tell me somebody else was coming.
You brought a kid that went through the program and they was about to talk about his
Look, man. I just always wanted to do that, bro. Because
Well, good job.
Well, we're glad that we could fulfill your dream.
Look, I've been on the Michael Bays show 4 times. So when I'm on mic, I can't clown like
Right.
When I'm on Larry Watley, I can't clown like that.
But when you on the #1 podcast,
Yes, sir.
Morning show.
you come out the floor.
We clown around here. This is what's up, man.
Keep it real.
Keep it 100.
Yes.
Keeping it a buck. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, the program, I'm sorry, what was the name of it again? The
Dose of Reality.
Dose of Reality. Okay, so you said that's like a so it's just like a quick like less than 24 hours that they're with you. Okay, so are you feeling like expanding that? Are you gonna later turn it into like maybe a whole,
And how often do you do it? Like
So right now we do it once a month.
Okay.
But if I was to be blessed with, and I would just use TPS,
Okay.
CSB, or the courts, right? I will be able to do that program every week. So doing that program every week, it allows me to hire, train, and develop drill instructors to do exactly what I do.
Yeah.
And so
That's needed.
Yeah. So like people want me to come to Cleveland. They want me to come to Dayton. They want me to come to St. Louis.
Wow.
But I don't have a team like that.
Wow.
So what I'm trying to do now in 2021 is develop a team where I can hire people where they can come in to have a passion and desire to help children, to teach them something that they never done before.
Yeah.
And show how successful this is.
That seems like some veterans will want to do that.
Yeah.
That's something I would love to do that. That's something I would love to do. That's really dope. Yeah.
Okay, I had to verify something first, Will. You being a mentor of a program, you had a son in Kentucky who was succumbed to violence.
Yeah.
How does that you deal with that? Being a mentor or behavior
mod, and you can say, and I do mentoring as well, because and that's a part of it. But I always try not to step on other people's toes that are doing what they're supposed to do. Okay. So I'm always cognitive of that. Okay. But this young man was dating his mom. He was 6 months when I met her. And when you date somebody, if she got kids, it's a package deal. Right. So I raised him from the time he was 6 months until he was 18 years old. So when he turned 18 and became an adult, he wanted to be about that life. And I kept trying to tell him there's no loyalty among thieves out on the street. Right. Well, he turned 23 on May 15, 2017. May 25th, 2017, I got a call. He was shot and killed in Louisville, Kentucky. And then June 3rd, 2017, I had to bury him. You know, and that was hurtful to me because I'm like, here I am trying to do the right thing, and then I lose my own in the midst of the violence. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I always tell children that I work with that the Bible says, honor thy mother, thy father, for thy days will be long. And the word is true. Okay, I'm not telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know and not what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that right there just blew me away. So mentally, I deal with it still because every time I come in contact with a young black kid that is not listening, thinking they're about that life, disrespecting their mom, I'm like, no, dude, you heading down a path you're not prepared for. You know, I remember I said, have you ever been shot? They was like, no. I'm like, I have. I was at Smith Park and they did a drive-by and I got popped with a bullet and that thing burned. It ain't no joke. You know, so yeah, it's real out here. Yeah.
Wow. What do you think it's going to take? I mean, you know, this is something that especially when we speak about the gun violence and just violence period in our community, and, you know, especially with what happened, you know, here over the weekend and everything, like, it just seems like it's never ending. It just seems like it's not going to end. What do you think it's going to take? I mean,
to be honest with you, can I be totally honest with you? It's too late. It's too late. My program, any other program, is not going to do it. Why? Because we're behind the time. I give you an example. I've been trying for the past past 8 years. I've been trying to talk to the police. Right? I told Toledo Police. I said, I know for a fact that 90% of your calls are dealing with children that parents don't know anything to do with. So what we would like to do is just give you some information, so you can give that information to those in the community so the parents are aware of this type of program. Well, guess what? The chief, he don't get back with me. He don't want to talk to me. And then when I finally get a chance to talk to him, he says, well, Shawn, I just want to be honest with you. I went and talked to some black parents and asked them would they send their child to a program like this, and they said, would you send them? They said, no, because we discipline our own children. I said, really? And he said, yeah. I said, well, Chief, we got two problems. He said, what? First problem is you racially profiled me because you thought me being a black man, I was out here helping black children. 98% of our clientele is white. You know, so what I mean by all of that is you got to state being consistent and holding people accountable. If we would have started this accountability process 15 years ago, maybe this gun violence won't be where it's at right now. But when you're pushing people away from the table, you're taking food out of people's mouths, you're not trying to listen to what Mr. Shawn is saying, you're not spreading the love, then guess what? All hell break loose. And the crazy thing about it is that our children watch what we do. So as adults, if we sitting up hating on somebody else and talking about somebody else, your child right there listening to it. So your child feel like, F Mr. Shawn, F Earl, F that 4019, because they say they over there on the radio clowning and they ain't going nowhere. But y'all number one. You feel me?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing.
You done talked up a caller. Got a caller on the line. Hey, he said, whoa, who that is?
Who that is? They hung up.
They'll call back.
That was Mama saying I ran out.
Man, don't call back. Call back.
Yeah, I'm finished smoking my blunt. I'm coming back in now.
That was Mama.
Call back whoever the caller was.
Yes, call back.
And please, let me say this to the listeners and the viewers. I'm not here to bash anybody. But if we don't talk about the things that's real, then you never gonna know. Like, people don't even understand, man. I've been in a situation where, you know, I was this close for calling my son's mom and telling her, like, look, I'm about to put all my stuff in storage. I'm gonna need him to come stay with you for a little bit because I'm gonna have to go live at the shelter. When I tell you that when I built this organization, I've been funding this whole organization out of my own pocket. And so when you get eviction notices on your door, and your car done been repoed, and your lights is turned off, and your gas is turned out, you saying to yourself, Lord, I know you didn't call me from Louisville, Kentucky back here to do this. I know you lying. Look, I just had a house built. I just what? And I'm struggling like this.
I gotta call Mama.
Man, I got to call Mama and tell her to give me a blunt or something, some edibles or something, because I'm struggling.
There they go.
They back?
Yeah.
Good morning. You've reached the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show. You're on the line with Leah, Renee, Shae, Clyde, Green, Jay, and Shawn Mahone. Who do we have on the line?
You know who it be. Good morning, Friday.
Good morning, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Good morning, Mama.
I'm glad to see you back, Renee. Leah,
Thank
Renee,
you,
I'm sorry,
Boo.
I'm calling by your middle name.
That's okay.
I just want to call in and say, shut up. I just want to call in and say good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Mahone.
Good morning.
And preach that accountability to my brother. Accountability.
Preach it to you too. Don't be blasting me on the morning show, the number one morning
this
show.
is Clyde show.
I'm in training. Good day. Have a good day.
Oh, wow.
See you when you get home. Love you. Bye-bye.
See you
All
when
right.
you get home.
Bye, Tony.
Bring them coffee filters.
Drop a bomb for Tony.
That's your sister.
That's his sister.
That's your sister. That's your fam. That's your fam.
For real, Tony.
That's that.
Man,
that.
oh,
I got you.
Yes, Lord.
So, you know what I find funny, though, is like, it not funny. I'm sorry, that's not the correct word to use, but I find it crazy that, you know, like you said, here we are as an African-American community. Like Jesse said, we don't want to, and I say we because I've been guilty of it. Like, I don't want to be told nothing about my kids. You know what I mean? Like,
because we make it feel like it's something bad on our end.
Exactly.
When the kids is not
and I can hold myself accountable to say that that's why, because then, like I said before, it's a reflection. Now I have to be like, you ain't, what the hell you been doing with these kids? You know what I'm saying? So now that, you know, like you said, your attendance rate is like 98%, you know, white people. And it's crazy to me that, you know, white people will be proactive like that. They'll put their kids in these situations so that they don't end up in jail. You know, now, however, if you were to hypothetically get a program funded with TPS or with CSB or somewhere to where, like, you know, kids before if they're 15, 16 or something and they catch a case and they're, you know, facing real time, instead of sending them, you know, now the mama gonna be coming through ready. She gonna love Shawn Mahone. Oh, if I can send my kid to this program instead of sending them to jail, you know what I mean? Everybody gonna be beating down your door. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, that's the problem with us as a black community. We wanna wait till it's too damn late. You know what I mean? Instead of being proactive, you see your kid acting a damn fool, put them in a program, get them some counseling, do something instead of waiting, doing nothing. You know what I mean? But the problem is, too many of us are too focused on ourselves. Like you said, it's me. We're focusing on our careers or this or that, or we're bustling, going, and not even where our kids are falling at the wayside.
Or another angle, Leah, a lot of those parents are taking up for their kids because their behavior in the streets is taking care of some bills at home.
Yeah, we don't want to touch that one though.
I'm just saying, let's be real. Like a lot of my little homies coming up was hustling, paying their mama bills, helping with the rent, and so But so you know, the mom they're gonna kind of protect them. Like, hold on, you know, because that's the income.
But then
they're gonna be an enabler.
But then when they in jail or they can't help pay the bills if they in jail or dead.
I'm not arguing that at all.
We need to get them a real job.
We have another caller. You've reached the Rise and Grind Morning Show with Leah, Renee, Shae K, Clyde, Green, Jay, and Shawn Mahone. Who do we have on the line?
What up, though? It's MVP, my Shawn.
Hey, my Shawn. What's up, Pooh?
My guys. Yeah, what up, though?
How you doing?
Good. I was listening to Mr. Shawn. I used to substitute over there at Winterfield Academy. And when he come up in there, man, he had them kids in line. I got in line for real.
You said you straightened up, huh?
Yeah, I straightened up. Like, well, you know what? I need to be a better father now.
Right.
That's cool, man. But everything that he's doing, and what I wanted to say, man, I love what he's doing and stuff like that. And a lot of these kids, I think a lot of times they got like mental health issues, and that needs to also be addressed. Though, you know, it's crazy though, because like we was getting at, like 98% of the people who have a ton of issues are white. I'm telling you, it's such a crazy number that he say that, you know. But I get a chance to see that just, you know, doing my line of work or whatnot. And man, everything he's speaking is like volumes. I'm sitting over here, I'm like, ooh, I'm about to call my wife right now. Look. we about to put our kids in there just because.
Right.
Just because. But, no, that's cool though. But y'all keep on grinding, man. I just wanted to check in. I was watching the show real quick. I'm over here doing some housework anyway.
What you doing? Sweeping the bathroom floor? Is that what you're doing?
What's that?
You sweeping the bathroom floor? Is that what you're doing, Shawn?
Yeah, pretty much. You know how a low man on the totem pole.
I love it. Shout out to the queen. She got you trained very well. I'm gonna have to take some notes from that lady.
Real quiet. He must be in the closet on the phone. You better hang
take a break. He's sneaking to take a break.
Wow, that's what's up.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you for calling in.
Yes, I just want to piggyback off what he said. He talked about the mental health aspect of it. So what I'm trying to do now is lay the blueprint. So you heard it here first. I'm trying to show the community, the city of Toledo, the state of Ohio, how behavior modification and behavior health is going to be the new wave of things. Why? Because if we can modify the behavior, then you're going to be able to tackle mental health a lot better. So now you have case managers, you have therapists, you have counselors, you have psychologists, psychiatrists now that can effectively give that child what they need in regards to what they're doing. Why? They don't have to deal with the disrespect and the child just being blunt, just off the hook with them.
Right.
They already know this accountability piece on the behavior mod side. So guess what? It helps with the behavior health. So that's what I'm doing now, laying blueprint between behavior mod and behavior health.
Okay.
And it's working excellent.
That's interesting because if I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying that you think, because most people would say it starts with your thought process, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't change your actions until you change your thoughts. But it sounds to me like you're saying, let's change their actions or behaviors first so that we can actually reach their thoughts. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I love that because I've never heard, like I said, I usually hear people say, change your thoughts first, then your actions will follow, but that's a very interesting
So let's
take.
talk about proper diagnosis. So if a child is being disrespectful and rude, don't look at the child and say, let's give them a prescription for Ritalin. Let's not give them a prescription for Adderall. Let's modify the behavior. Then you can properly diagnose what the issue is.
What will be the steps in modifying the behavior? Like, what will be one of the processes?
One of the processes, you got to begin to build a healthy relationship with that child from the get-go. Like, one of the things that I do, we have a parenting component, right?
Okay.
And what I want parents and children to do is I want them to know something about each other that they didn't know. So I ask the child, do you know your mother's favorite color? No. Do you know your child's favorite color? What's their favorite television show? What's their favorite television show?
Just simple questions.
Just simple questions,
Right.
because then you are now starting to build a healthy relationship to know something about your parent that you didn't even know.
Opening up a line of communication.
Right. Yeah, that female might not understand that mom was molested when she was a child, so she don't know how to be a mother to knowing that her boyfriend is molesting you.
And I tell my son now too, like I tell you, you can talk to me, like, I've been your age, you ain't never been mine. Like, don't think you can finesse me because I know what you're trying to do, or I know where you're going with it, or even I can know what you're feeling sometimes. If you sad, I can kind of help you get through that, because he turned into a teenager and they need to know that they can talk to people, you know what I'm saying, and kind of trust in somebody and confide and have an open line of communication.
So you just can't talk crap to these kids.
Right.
What you got to do is you got to let them know that you can come down to their level.
Yeah.
And keep
Meet
it 100.
them where they are.
Meet them where they are.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not sitting up as a businessman talking to my son like, well, you need to do this and do that. I'm like, nigga.
Right.
Like, nigga, you see
Talk
that?
to him like
you
it's
see
real.
That? You see that ass? You know what I'm saying?
Or nigga, you fucking up.
Right.
Nigga, your daddy look bad. Get your grades up.
Right. You know,
real.
so I call it keeping it real, keeping it 100. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? I'm like,
absolutely.
I want you to know that just because your dad in this position, I'm still that brother from Oakwood. I'm
Yeah.
still that
Yeah.
guy from the 700 block. I mean, that's how I talk to these young men
Yes.
out here. I know what y'all going through and what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So when I listen to young men talk about what they want, then it's up to me to get out in the community and grind. So if we got kids looking for a job, I build relationships out here in the community where I can be like, hey, I need a favor.
Right.
Got a young man that came through the program. He looking for a job. Say less, Mr. Shawn. Send him on. So that's how we build. And the crazy thing about it is that I wish that I could build with other agencies and other people in the community to show people I want to see you win, right? So now I'm doing this, but whatever you're doing, bring it to the table.
Yeah.
Because this is going to branch out. We don't want to have a local mentality. We want to have a global mentality.
Amen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Look, why are we stuck here in the mud? No, man, let's clean ourselves off and keep it moving.
Okay.
You know, so I'm just keeping it 100 about that. But people miss their blessing, man. They miss their blessing because guess what? When God blesses you, all right, it don't always come with the fancy ribbon or bows.
Right.
You know
Most times it don't.
It don't. But people miss out on a blessing. That's why. Because it ain't packaged right.
Woo. Hey,
Hold on,
that's deep. Hold on. Hey, I know you guys are enjoying this conversation. We getting real deep. We getting real deep, and we
glad
only
you're the only one here today.
we
boy.
only going deeper. Yes, I'm so glad that you guys strategically plan that to where he's our only guest because we gotta keep this conversation going.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold off on the call for a second. We're gonna take a quick break.
Yes.
Shout out to our sponsors, Essential Vibes, Toledo, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church, J. Rush Jennings, Lance Self, the Pizza was. I can't talk today. The People Salesman. So stay tuned. We're coming back with much more deep talk.
Fire.
Welcome to Cloth Talk with Rob Lewis, where we bringing you nothing but exclusives, all the interviews, all the backline stories, all the stuff you don't hear and see every day. And every guest that you see on the show, they cut from that cloth. No, everybody ain't cut from that cloth. So sit back, enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? This is Lance Self is who I am.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And we are the Selfs, and here to present our show called Self-Explanatory.
Yes, it's our podcast
That name-
presented by 419 Grind.
That name just has a ring to it. Self-Explanatory. I feel like we're about to just be explaining a bunch of shit. This is true. I feel that's what it's about to be.
Well, I think we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about marriage, of course.
Okay.
We've been married, 2 years now, right?
2 years, but been together for 8.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, my goodness. It's a long time.
Y'all gonna ask what took so long?
What did take? You know what? We'll get there.
Self-explanatory.
We're going to talk about blended families.
Yeah.
Praying for your spouse, gender roles, living with family members, cheating, raising kids, family upbringing, being there for your spouse, finances, being a wife and a husband, trying to be together and be individuals at the same time, which is one of the things.
It took a while.
It's taken a while, but
it has
it's the
taken
fun
a while.
part. We're
Yep.
learning that.
That's what marriage is.
It's a process.
It's a life journey.
I like
it's not
that.
an overnight thing. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of days where I'm trying to be individual. I get on your nerves because of my individual ways. I can tell you one thing for damn sure though. Definitely get on my nerves. It be a lot. She definitely gets on my nerves, but I love her.
I get on your nerves?
Yes, it's possible. You do a lot. What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong? Hey. I am Lance Self.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And this is the Self-Explanatory Podcast, presented by 419 Grind.
Listen on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard.
Wake up in the morning with a smile. You make me so happy, it's worth my while. I don't care what others have to say. Your love is the greatest gift feels so good to be loved by your soul. Yes, it feels so good to be loved. Oh, yes, it feels so good to be loved by your soul. Yes, it feels so good to be loved.
Daddy say he come to my town, finna bust down. I asked him when he touched ground, he said right now. I told that nigga pipe down, he was too loud. Gave him some humble pie, he was talking too proud. Then I pop that pussy for him one time. And since I did it, man, he said I been on his mind. He said that nookie was so good, he saw the sunshine. He said I be all in his news, he call me prime time. Prime time, listen my shit, it be so cavalier. I'll be that whisper in your ear. How do I make this plain and clear? Ain't no bitch in this world I fear. Do it for the one time, for the one time. Type of thought that stay on your mind like a good time. Perfect fit just like a tight beat and a smooth rhyme. When I tell him I'm on my way, give me his time, cause I hit him with the ooh. Huh. Guess I'm a bad little mama, you heard this how I get him with that ooh. Guess I'm a brown them, you know that's the word, that's how I get him with that ooh.
Wake up. You are now listening to the Rise and Grind Morning Show, presented by 419 The Grind.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show with your girl, Miss Leah Renee, Shae K, Clyde Green, and Jay. And we have our guest, Shawn Mahone. He is the CEO of, well, he started the program Doses of Reality, which is what we've been talking about. But what is the name of your whole actual entity that you started again?
Young Men and Women for Change.
Yes, absolutely. And doing great things in the community. And if you've been tuned in, or if you're just tuning in, we're talking about, getting these kids while they're young and being proactive about their behavior modification, right? This is about behavior modification. We have to change the actions of these children, their behaviors, so that we can get into their mental and try to change that thought process or, whatever issues they're dealing with on the inside. But, like you said before we went to break, you had this vision of like, no, it can't start with your thoughts, because we're trying to basically go in and change a structured thinking set by being, combative, and that's not going to help. Like, what we have to do is go in and change the behavior first, so that then they can calm down a little bit and really be receptive to what we're trying to tell them or talk to them about,
Absolutely.
And I think that's amazing.
Absolutely. And once we do that, then the better off it's going to be. But we have to understand, when everybody in this room right now is a world changer.
Yes.
Right? So being a world changer is you got to be able to do something that's never been done.
Okay.
And you have to stick with it. Once you stick with it, consistency is key. We're talking about, I've been doing this thing for 15.
Sheesh.
I mean, I've done fundraisers where I walked from like Toledo, Ohio to Detroit, Michigan. Walked. What? Trying to raise funds.
Oh, wow.
Just to bring out an awareness. I do an event called Living Homeless for the Youth, where I lived Dr. Breon Hall. He came
Shout out to our sponsor, Dr. Hall.
Dr. Breon Hall, he actually came and when I was living homeless on the streets, he came out and seen how real it was, me living on the streets.
Wow.
But the crazy thing about it is I was staying in the house that I lived in on Oakwood, right? Yeah. It was gutted, but I was trying to have parents bring their children to where I was at so they can kind of get this feel for homelessness, right? Yeah. Well, Channel 11 had did a story on it. The land bank owned the house, okay, but I'm staying on the property because I'm living homeless, right? Well, they called me and said, well, we should have you arrested for trespassing. I said, please do, because Good Morning America will love this story, right? Well, to make a long story short, instead of the land bank saying to me, let us donate your house back, let us get you some funds so you can continue to work in the community, they come and tear my house down. What? But check this out, though. Guess what happened that same weekend that I was doing the Living Homeless for the Youth? Whoa. 3 blocks away on Indiana, you have 4 teenagers that threw the sandbag off the bridge and killed the kid.
Oh. See? But they weren't about your house.
But they weren't about my house. But my thing is this. Every time I step out on faith and do what God is calling me to do, I always be like, God, why you got me doing this? I don't want to do this. but then it always come up where something tragedy happened. So it's kind of like God prepares me before something is getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, this is what it is. So it's like mad bananas, mad crazy. But at the end of the day, though, like I said, trying to get good people to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, which leads me into my next question. I want to say shout out to Tyrese Heron. He says, dose of reality. He needs to get some more street people down with him. The program seems to be a real game changer. What do you say about that? And well, first of all, what's your response to that?
He's absolutely right. So this is what I do. I get on Facebook, I do a live. I'm like, look, we're doing this Dose of Reality program. Come share your story with these kids. Nobody don't want to come and speak to the kids.
I can never get there because remember I reached out and I was working on the road and every time like, I just missed it.
But my thing is when I'm reaching out to people, you know, I'm like, come. It's not even about me. Let these kids know how real it is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to explain to the kids that my best friend right now is serving a 25 to life because he allegedly shot and killed two brothers with an AK-47 back in the day. That was in 93. Here it is, 2021. He don't go up for parole until 2037. So these youth need to see people from the hood, people that know the streets, people that were in gangs, probably still in. They need to let these children know, like, man, this is real out here. And how dare you not want to come and share 10 or 15 minutes of your time and pour into these young men. Pull them over to the side and chew them a new butthole and let them know, man, I ain't trying to come see you over at a C. Brown.
It's crazy because the sad reality, and I don't know, like I probably shouldn't even say this right now, but I'm going to say it because it's just my opinion. I mean, there's too many of those old school people, these street dudes who are supposed to be OGs and they're trying to compete with these 20-year-olds. They're still trying to live this life. You know what I mean? They're still put on Facebook with the money in the
that needs to be said.
You're 40. I'm sorry. No, you're over 40. And you're still on Facebook doing this instead of creating some sort of influence that's, that our kids can be better. Go come tell your story. We did an event. We broadcasted live at that event that shout out to Gutta Dave and Devon and Blood, and it was Antoine Jones and Albert. They put this event together. I mean, it was community resources galore. And nobody showed up.
Wow.
Nobody.
At Smith Park.
I couldn't believe it. I was flabbergasted. I mean, there was resources from everywhere to help you. Everything you could think about. There was a resource there that would help men who are in need of, like, who are owing child support, that'll help you not only get it situated but try to create some sort of bridge between you and your kid's parent. Like, it was like a program there. They were speaking over the mic. I couldn't believe that nobody showed up. Wow. Not only did nobody show up to get the resources, but none of these street dudes are showing up to talk to these young brothers. You guys are competing with them. You're 50 years old, still in the club doing all this.
But that's
Let me
not
stop.
me.
And that's it. And I'm done.
But Tyrese has offered his email to share his story with you, so we will hook up with that.
And I'm done. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Tyrese.
But you know what? But this, so we're going to go a little deep again.
Go ahead.
So somebody may be talking right now, and they may be listening, right? They be like, man, I need to hook up with Shawn, right? Man, this is a good thing. I didn't know the brother was getting down like that. Oh, man, I don't fuck with him, dude. Because one of the rumors that was really hurting me in the city, and I'm going to be 100 about it, is I was flabbergasted that people were spreading a rumor about me that I was out here sleeping with the parents. And I was like, hold on. First of all, I dress good. I smell good. I'm trying to hold it down. What I look like trying to sleep with parents, dude, when I can have a choice of a female that I want. Like, that's that right there told me the mindset of brothers here in Toledo.
Well, you gotta ignore that. You gotta ignore that.
I know, but I'm just throwing it out there because
he's saying that's the challenge. That's the challenge.
That's why he ain't trying to get put on.
He's clearly ignored it because he's continuing it on for 15 years, but that's the challenge. That's why he can't build this team, because
as soon as somebody be like, I need to link up with them, then you got somebody coming around the side saying,
y'all quit hating, man. We trying to work. We trying to tighten up.
Don't even tell nobody you gonna do it. Just call and don't ask.
You were trying to, and I'm like, come on, y'all. But
gotta work together, man.
But the one thing that I promised the dope boys back in the day when I was growing up, they never let me get in the game. Okay. Right. They said, Shawn, they paid for my school. You know what I'm saying? They put money in my pocket. Said, Shawn, the streets ain't yours, but do me a favor. When you make it one day, make sure you give back. And that's what I'm doing. I'm giving back what was given to me. You know, I'm making sure that I'm showing love. Like I said, if I'm sitting at the table eating, I want to see you eat too.
Right.
You know, when I hit the roll and go and do dose, I want you to roll and do the dose. Get out of Toledo for a little bit.
Yeah.
And know that there's a whole world of opportunity out here.
So a lot of people scared to get out of Toledo. Man, just to go for a visit, right? Man, Toledo gonna be here. It ain't going nowhere.
I'm going to the All-Star game next weekend.
Where your mask?
Where's my mask? Look, I got to get up out of here.
Tell people we was working this out. I would have scheduled to go to.
Right. It ain't too late.
Oh, we got a caller. You've reached the all-new Rise and Grind morning show. You're on the line with Leah, Renee, Shae, Clyde, Green, Jay, and Shawn Mahone. Who do we have on the line?
Yes, this is Zakia McNeil.
Hi, baby. How you doing?
Mahone.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
I'm good. I just wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Shawn Mahone for his program. My son got into the program when he was about in the 8th or the 9th grade. And he decided that he was just not going to complete school. I would like Mr. Mahone to know that my son has 2 jobs. He will be graduating in June, and he has stayed on the right path. And it's because of people like you that have made my son who he is.
Yes.
And I just want to let you know, thank you for your program. And don't you let nobody stop your job out here, Mr. Mahone.
Amen. Thank you.
Don't let them stop you, Shawn.
I love it.
You got a testimony, man. Can't worry about that. Man,
This
people
is
gonna
what
talk,
you need
man.
to listen to. This is the part that keeps you going.
People gonna always have something good and something bad to say, bro.
Yeah.
All the time, man. Man, that shit roll off my back like water, man. And just keep moving, man. People don't want me sitting here. Keep moving.
Yep, I'm gonna tell you like this: the 419 grind has opened up so many doors for us as Black people. The one thing is that, like the gentleman said, we need to stop hating on each other.
Yeah.
Once we learn how to stop hating on each other and learn how to connect the chain, we can be a bad chain out here. We could be a bad link out here, but we got to stop breaking the chain in between.
That's
Absolutely.
Right. Yep. Real
Absolutely.
talk. Real talk. Facts.
Yeah.
And when something tragic happens, we all hurt.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for calling, Zakia.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you for tuning in and calling in.
Like over the weekend, the incident over the weekend with Mr. Porter. That's tragic. That hurt. That affects everybody in the city.
It affected
everybody.
And beyond.
And beyond, because it affects everybody. So when something stupid like that happens, we all hurt. Like, come on, like we all hurt. Like it's stupid.
Yeah, but anyway, I think the video. Was it a video?
Yeah, well, I was going to ask, what goes on during the program, what exactly, I asked you during the break, like what exactly happens in that, in that time frame. And he said, well, you watch the video. So we asked him, watch the video.
Turn around! Turn around straight! Turn around straight! Turn around straight! Hands down to your side! Take that coat off! Where's that kid that can go to Jones? Raise your hand. Oh, you the one. You the one over at Jones being disrespectful. Hold your head up when I'm talking to you, son. You the one over at Jones acting a fool! Running away! Everybody, line up against this wall right here. Everybody, line up against this wall. Step away from the wall with your feet down to your side, feet at a 45-degree angle. You got gum in your mouth? Get out here and get some push-ups. What you looking at? Get out here and get some push-ups. Eyes straight forward. Feet at a 45-degree angle. Get out here and knock them out. Get out here and knock them out. Eyes forward. Eyes straight forward. Knock them out. Knock them out. You get to 20, you ask permission to get up. Can you get up permission? Everybody put your hands up on the wall. No, get them searched out.
Spread up. Spread up.
Hey, spread out. Spread out.
Ladies,
get them searched out.
Ladies over here.
Ladies over here. Get them searched out. Put your hands out on the wall. Out.
Don't move. Don't move.
You here because you're not making the right choices in life. You here because you're being disobedient. Come here. Did anybody tell you to turn around? Did anybody tell you to turn around? Did they? Get over there and knock 20 push-ups out. And I need to hear 1 serve, 2 serve.
Inside out.
On your feet. Get up on your feet and hurry up and get on that wall. You better not turn around because your future is in front of you and not behind you. And when I ask you all the questions, I need for you to say, sir, you got to start. Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear?
I just think that Shawn is a great individual. I'm glad we found him. I totally support his program. I would recommend it to anybody, and I think that he is to be given a lot of credit because he's changed a lot of kids' lives. You know, a lot of kids are better in this community just because of Mr. Shawn.
He has this great ability to be able to communicate with children on a level that they so understand and that they so appreciate, and they listen to him. I've seen my own children listen attentively to Mr. Mahone, to hear what he has to say. So he has a huge ability to be able to vacillate from being the executive director to being a listener, to being an instructor, to being a disciplinarian.
I really like Shawn. I think he is very dedicated. I think he feels that thing that he's really called to do. And for him to do this, to just start it up without anything, took a lot of guts and courage, and I'm glad he did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not, I'm gonna keep saying this, if you don't want to be here tonight, raise your hand. If you don't want to be here tonight, just raise your hand. Let's keep it 100. All right, if you raise your hand, step over here in this little circle over
Raise
here.
your hand, get over here.
When I was there that evening, I saw children that were boo-hooing and crying because of the experience that they were having, because they felt like they could not endure what was presented to them. Yet these were some of the supposedly the toughest of the group in the classroom. A mother was sitting next to me at the first camp that I went to, and the child was just boo-hooing and crying. But Mama, I can't go back. I just can't. Please don't make me. He was just begging and pleading.
His program is geared towards, these kids need to have some structure in their life. They need to straighten out their life. They need to know that not only is it going to be tough, but you also have somebody here that cares about, So when they leave at the end of the program on Saturday morning, I think that, they have hopefully a fresh idea in terms of, I don't want to go through this again. Plus, I need to, get my life straightened out so I can make something of myself.
Do you find it funny? Do you find it funny? Do you find it funny? Say no, sir. Say no, sir. That's respect. Early is on time.
Early is on time.
On time is late.
On time is late.
Late is unacceptable.
Late is unacceptable.
Early is on time.
Early is on time.
On time is late.
On time is late.
Late is unacceptable.
Late is unacceptable.
He knew that he better show respect to Mr. Mahone. That was his program. And Mr. Mahone had already told him, you better do what I say. And you better answer to me in this specific way when I call on you. And he always did.
There is such a thing as tough love. And it has to come to a point when we have to practice that.
This is a program that really is a dose of reality, and hey, if you don't get your life straightened out, here's where you're going to end up. It is pretty intense, and there's not much time for the kids to do anything else but to listen to he and his staff get their point across. It's kind of like we knock them down a little bit, and then we build them back up. But again, he doesn't lose that touch of being able to build the kids back up.
You know what? I really like to do something because this is where I have to let you guys understand the breakdown process. Because tonight you're going to get broke down, but you're going to get built back up. Because we need to break you down and strip you from everything that's negative and build you back up by putting positive reinforcement in your life. But you know what? I know some of you guys saying, you know, I just want to do the right thing. I just want to, you know, do God's will. I want to just do what God wants me to do. I want a relationship with God. I want God to come into my life and clean me up. Because I don't want to come to these dose of realities. If you're one of those people in here tonight that say, you know what, Mr. Shawn, I just want a relationship with God and I want my life right, raise your hand right now. Raise your hand right now. Father God, I ask you right now, to come into my life. Clean me, Lord, and make me whole. I believe that you died on the cross, and rose on the third day. I thank you, Lord, for this day. Amen. Give yourself a hand clap.
Yes, that was a clip from the Doses of Reality program that our boy Shawn Mahone has created and put together to, help these at-risk children and to create what he calls behavior modification. And I think it's amazing. And I said to you, I like that very end, how you did that prayer and you tell the kids to ask God to come into their life because, some of these kids, and then Harold even asked you, do people have a problem with that you do that? And you said, no, you haven't had a problem with parents having a problem with it. And that's a good thing because maybe these kids have never even been asked that question, or maybe, they've never even had someone, show them how to open up their heart, so the fact that you do that, that's amazing.
Well, at the end of the day, it's ministry.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna take a caller. Yeah. You've reached the all new Rise and Grind morning show with Leah, Renee, Shae K, Clyde Green, Jay, and Shawn Mahone. Who do we have on the line?
This is Danielle, which I'm calling out of Phoenix, Arizona. I'm originally from Toledo.
Wow.
And I want to send a shout out to Mr. Shawn. I mean, I commend you, man. These kids need to get it right and everything. I was raised in Toledo and everything, and I left out of Toledo because, things with nothing was there for me after I lost my mom, whatever. But I raised 3 boys, and it was tough as hell. Excuse my language, but tough and everything, and trying to keep them in order and everything without a father and everything. And I commend you, and I definitely commend you. These kids today are just show me kids. They don't believe the report. They gotta grasp it and feel it.
Yeah.
And then, raising kids and everything, and then the system, because my kids end up in the system just for me crying out, asking help,
Right.
and everything. But I just commend you, man. Keep it going. Please give me some advice. My brother got boys, and he's got 4 custody of his kids and everything. He's having problems. I wish you was around when my kids was there. I commend you, man. I really do. If anything I can do financially, physically, come back to the city to help, I definitely will.
Amazing.
So, look me up on Facebook. My name is Danielle Witcher. Give me a friend request or whatever, and we can link up, and I can help you financially or any type of way. Because Toledo is my home. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of where I may go,
love it.
I never put Toledo down. That's my roof.
Yes.
That's my stomping ground.
Absolutely. I love it. I love to hear you say that because, shout out to you being all the way from Phoenix, AZ. You're all the way out in Phoenix, AZ, but you're still tuned in to what's going on in the community that you come from, and just being caring enough to not only tune into our show, but then listen and then call in and want to be a part and want to help. I mean, that's amazing.
And it's early out there. Who wake up want to get somebody money early?
Yes, it's amazing.
It's beautiful. Here's dope. Toledo, that's my home. I never forget
Toledo, the crib, baby.
All the time. That's where I'm from.
That's right.
That's my stomping ground.
That's right. Well, you make sure you promote our Rise and Grind morning show out there in Phoenix, AZ. Get them people out there listening and hip, okay? Number one. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, Mama. Thank you for calling.
I don't know, Shawn. I don't see no hating, man. I see you getting all love out here now, man.
This is what it's for. This is what it's about.
Get that man some love. He needs some love.
Yes, and also the viewer that I read the comment earlier, Tyrese, he said he would also like to get involved. He left his information in the comments. He wants to get involved. He said whatever he can do.
And he hit back and said he don't care what nobody say about you. He's still messing with you.
Period. I'm gonna get involved now. Like I want to invest. I want to donate whatever it is that I can do. I think it's amazing what you're doing.
Else.
Good morning. You've reached the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show. You're on with Leah, Renee, Shae, K, Clyde Green, Jay, and Shawn Mahone. Who do we have on the line?
Hey, this is Jay.
Hey, Jay. This is Jay Rush. One of our sponsors. What's up, Jay Rush Jennings?
Good morning, number one morning show.
Yes, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I just wanted to call in because I was tuned in this morning. And I really, really vibe with Mr. Mahone's message. And what I want to say is I want to be a part of the situation. So, off the air, however we need to contact with each other, I like to be a part of the situation, whether it's money or whether, however, whatever. I like to extend myself to your situation, sir.
Man, that's what's up.
Amazing.
Man. Might make you some theme music.
Look, Jay Rush. Look, Jay Rush.
Yes.
Favor ain't fair.
Do some push-ups, little bad little boy.
Man, God bless me this morning. Yes, he did.
I'm being my brother a little later on today, and I'm willing to bet. I can't speak 100% positive, but I'm willing to bet that he gonna want to participate too. I'm gonna find out, and like I say, we can definitely link up.
Come on up here
and work it all out.
Yeah,
man.
Right.
Life too.
God is good.
Yes, amazing. That's what it's all about. Making us
you know
connections.
what, man? Let me just stop right here and just say thank you to you guys, man. For real, man. This is
no,
like,
because when I reached out to Shaw, he said, "Man, I've been praying to get on y'all show."
Really?
Yeah. He said,
wow.
Yeah, he said, I know what to do, but
why didn't you reach out to us?
Because my thing is this, I want to move in God's timing.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely. It's all about the timing.
But when this thing first started, I had already saw the vision that this thing was going to go global for you guys. So I was like, I need to get in where I fit in. I'm like, I need to get in. Like,
that was the first response. He said, I've been praying to get on
Wow. That's I'm flattered.
Like, wow.
It's things like that. And then, shout out to our girl Arlinda. She shared a post of us, a picture of us, and said, that we're the hardest working team. And it's things like that help us to be able to get up every day, because obviously, we make it look good, but this ain't how we feel every day. You know what I'm saying? We wake up in the morning sometimes like, oh Jesus,
listen, come in here
crying and all that, crying literally before we go on air, and have to be like,
so good morning.
But at the end of the day, these moments, we do. These moments are what continue to push us, and we thank you guys. We thank you guys, because we can't do what we do without y'all.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm pitching to the networks, and when I'm pitching to the networks is a reality show called Dose of Reality, where they literally film me going into homes where parents have wrote a letter and saying that this is the issue they're having with their child, and I literally go into the homes and flip their home upside down and get it back together. So I'm pitching that to the networks right now. And
you already working with a production company?
I'm not.
Might need to talk to us after the show.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
We might have to
alignment or something, a time or two or something.
Right. Make it do what it do.
It's all about working together, man. It's all about working together.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get people to understand that, man, like Toledo is it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of famous people that made it up out of here.
Yes.
But when do we come back and make some things happen so we can take people with us when we go?
It's about reaching back and bringing them
coming back and taking people with us.
Like NBA All-Star Weekend, we should have about 100 people down there just from Toledo, just hanging out, having a good time.
Well, it probably will be.
But I'm saying, from what we do.
He's talking about in the community, people who are actually trying to do something.
So what we do is when we go to places like that, then we come back with fresh new ideas. We've networked with those. You know what I'm saying? You done hooked up with Tyler Perry. You got to think outside the box.
Absolutely. That's why I'm excited. We're doing a women's retreat.
Yes, we're going to. We had a young lady, Tashara, who I don't know if you saw the footage and different things. Tashara and Arlinda, who put together the vision board brunch this past weekend, will have another one coming up in Charlotte, because that's where Tashara lives now, in Charlotte, and we're all going down. A bunch of us ladies are going down for this women's retreat. She's got some connections down there in Charlotte that
people and stuff.
Yeah, you know, we about to, you know, this is this thing is only growing.
Tyrese says, "See, you guys are seeing how important it is to gain our youth back, and this brother is really getting the love. And remember, strength comes with numbers."
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It absolutely does.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, yeah, this has definitely been a blessing for me. I can't thank you guys enough, for real.
It's so crazy because before you even said what you said about shopping to the networks, this whole time that I've been sitting here talking to you, my mind has just been going we need to get some cameras in there. We need to create an episode. Like, we need to put this out on YouTube. Like, we need to make this a show. That was what I was thinking the whole time I've been sitting here interviewing.
Well, the thing about it is that I wasn't connected to the right people to make it happen. I got it. I got the script. I got everything written because Shared Media US out of Hollywood, California reached out to me.
Wow.
And they said, hey, you know, we're the producers of World's Strictest Parent, Super Nanny, and we want to, you know, develop a show, but they kind of pushed it to the background. So I held on to it. And then during all this time, I'm like, this is what needs to happen. Yeah. So now,
maybe we can make a little portfolio for you.
Pilot.
Call it out. Get me together.
Get that lingo together. I got that degree.
What you doing over there? So you ain't getting that affirmation together.
You talking about yourself?
Yeah, no, definitely we're definitely gonna talk after this because you know I got some. My mind just been going crazy over here, but
it makes you get like that. It's like we got a thinking table. We start brainstorming.
That's what it is. This is a think tank.
Yes, literally. So definitely, because there's more people out there now that you've been on this show. People are gonna watch this afterwards, and they're gonna want to help. They're gonna want to reach out. They're gonna want to be a part of it.
Somebody from Phoenix want to help.
Okay, there's people right now tuned in, want to know where can they reach you, where can they find you, and how can they get involved.
Well, they can just go directly to my Facebook page, Shawn Mahone, Mr. Shawn Mahone Sr.
Yeah, Mr. Because when I put in Shawn, I couldn't find.
Right, Mr. Shawn Mahone.
Okay, so you have to actually type in Mr. Shawn Mahone.
Yes, you do.
Yep, and then they can inbox me on there, or you can just call me direct at 567-277-5352. That number once again is 567-277-5352. And then you can go and hit the like button on our page, Young Men and Women for Change, and you can see that parents literally rate this program a 5-star program.
And not only that, Shawn Mahone is our newest sponsor of the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Yes, I love it. Drop a bomb. Yes.
She did confirm that with
yes.
the break.
Yes. So, I mean, this thing is only growing. We got some things on the rise, and we about to make it happen.
About to make it do what it do.
We gonna push this thing because this has got to, this has got to definitely be big. Like you said, international. You know. So Shae, you got your affirmation ready?
I'm ready. All right. There's nothing wrong with letting go of the connections that were not in alignment with the person you're becoming. Observe, detach, simply let go of what's playing in your mind that's skipping like a CD. You've been misunderstood, unheard, unsupported, and the last that helped you build a thick skin. It's not a curse. It's helping you learn what self-love truly is versus what condition you believe to be in. Keep going. Be the light walking through the darkness, attracting more light as abundance.
I felt that in my soul.
Oh, that was good.
I literally felt that in my soul. Okay,
every time
in
it
my
just
soul.
connects. It just goes.
And I want to let you guys know, just because of Mr. Mahone's story, Willie Knighton has called and confirmed he'll be here Tuesday, March 9th to tell his story. He has a very powerful story coming up in Toledo.
Yes.
So yes, we reaching people. He just confirmed while I was on the show. I was making the thing while we was talking.
Yes.
It's time for us to come back together, y'all.
Yes, I agree.
That's it.
I'm telling you, yes, for sure.
I love it. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's been great. We appreciate you for coming in. But, before we go, is there anybody that you would like to give your shout outs to? Thank yous, appreciations, whatever?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I want to thank my parents. My parents be together. It'll be 52 years, August 20th.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I want to send a shout out to my mom, especially because she had me when she was 14.
Wow.
And for her to now be retired, now she works for me.
Wow.
So when she comes to my office every day, it's just a blessing to see my mom come through there and whatnot. And I try to help these youth understand that you only get one. And when she gone, she gone. So quit disrespecting her. You know? So yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you. We appreciate you for coming in. We appreciate this conversation. It was very much needed. And we're gonna shine a light on this because this has got to, this has got to grow, definitely. And we're gonna do what we can do to definitely collaborate. So I look forward to it. I'm excited. Yes. So thank you guys. We appreciate you tuning in to another great show. Want to say thank you to our sponsors, Essential Vibes, Toledo, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church, J. Rush Jennings, Lance Self, the People Salesman, and Shawn Mahone, Young Men and Women for Change organization. And if you would like to become a sponsor of the All New Rise and Grind Morning Show, make sure you send your info to Rise and Grind at the419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of the All New Rise and Grind Morning Show. And also make sure you go over to our website, the419grind.com, where you can upload your videos to get on the countdown. You can check out our blogs, you can check out our photo gallery, and you can even put in your information there to become a sponsor.
For sure.
Yes, so thank you guys again. I had a good day. Did you guys have a good day? Everybody feeling good? Feeling great?
Great day. Great conversation.
Great
I don't feel gloomy anymore.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Still ain't out there.
You came in here and shined your light. So thank you guys. We'll be back tomorrow with another great show. And like me and Shae always say, until next time,
Peace out. Audi 5000.